If Lyft ever sends you a lucrative ride challenge, take it. And here's the reason why. Unlike Uber, when they send you a quest, which is comparable to Lyft's ride challenge, it is only Monday through Thursday and Friday through Sunday. They have 2 quests per week. Lyft's ride challenge, however, is Monday through Sunday. So you have the entire week to complete the ride challenge. And yes, if you drive for Uber full time, you'll get the opportunity to have 2 massive quests. However, if you're only doing this as a weekend warrior like myself or part-time, you can hit it up throughout the week and kind of space out the amount of rides that you have to do. For example, if Uber sends you a request and it's a 90 ride request for the weekend, you have to do 30 rides on Friday, 30 rides on Saturday, and 30 rides on Sunday, which can become very, very difficult, especially with Uber's algorithm, where they will hammer you with long ride requests all weekend long, so you can't get that money. Now, with Lyft's ride challenge, you can slowly decline them, or you can make a little bit of money and say, hey, I have the entire week to get the ride challenge done. Let me get some longer rides in earlier in the week. Now, I just recently completed a very lucrative Lyft Ride challenge this past weekend. And I'm speaking out of years of experience with driving on Lyft's platform and Uber's platform and kind of just weighing the options and picking which one is better. And I'll drive for that particular one that week or weekend. Although you have to, with Uber, start the rides in a specific area in your region that you're able to drive in. However, with Lyft, it is their entire region that you can drive, and this ride challenge is applicable to. And I'll say that again, Uber's in my area, it starts in Philadelphia only. However, with Lyft's ride challenge, it's the entire area. Now, this is important, and this comes into play with Lyft's streak bonuses. You can drive wherever in that entire region that you're able to drive in and pick up the streak bonus. However, again, with Uber, as you see right here, the streak bonus is centralized and concentrated in the major city that you're able to drive into, which is only probably 3 or 4 counties out of maybe 20 that you're able to drive into. That limits the possibilities. So for example, if you're driving with Uber and you drive into Philadelphia to start the streak bonus, number one, you got to take some downtime, drive in there. That counts as, if we're being honest, that counts as time on the platform. So you have to drive into Philadelphia, start the streak bonus. Now, you know damn well that Uber's algorithm is going to throw you outside of the city on the second or third ride. So then it makes it almost impossible and difficult to go back into the city. Now, if you're going for a high Uber promotion that week, the quest promotion that week, then that is going to be damaging, because then it's taking time, it's taking hours away, that then you have to drive back into the city, and then you have to start the streak bonus all over again. With the Lyft challenge, you don't have to worry about that at all. So what I do in the beginning of the week when I get a Lyft Ride challenge, I will sit down, I'll see what streak bonuses they're offering, and in the beginning of the week, I will only drive during those hours. I'm making more money per hour. I'm making the money on the streak, on the ride bonuses, which is comparable to Uber's surge. So when you get this ride challenge, as you can see, it's much, much more lucrative to drive with Lyft. However, you don't get these ride challenges as often as you will get Uber's quest. So you'll get Uber's quest depending on what market you're in, every single weekday and every single weekend. But if you're a weekend warrior like myself, I'm making with Uber about on average $1,200, sometimes $1,100, $1,200, sometimes $1,300 on the weekends. But if I put in just a few more hours throughout the week and I time it right, I can make much, much more money per hour with Lyft with less headaches doing the ride challenge. So try it out. Now, however, I am aware that I am privileged to drive in a market like Philadelphia, which is one of the highest earning markets in the entire United States. So this Lyft Ride challenge may be impossible for some of the other areas out there. If you're driving in Montana, Idaho, you're probably not going to get 2 to 3 rides per hour, which is what you're going to need to complete this. So please take that into consideration as well. Now, going back to this weekend success that I had with Lyft, I saw the ride challenge earlier in the week, and I decided to plan out my week in advance. And as you can see right here, I was able to look at their streak bonuses. And even outside of the streak bonuses, you also want to, throughout the week, you want to drive during rush hours. So you want to wake up in the morning, 7 through 9 a.m., and also 3 to 6 p.m., typically those are the streak bonus times, but if they aren't, you definitely want to drive during those hours because you're going to get 2 to 3 rides per hour during the rush hour. So that is also something to consider when maximizing the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Now, lastly, when it comes to the weekend, I like to drive during what I call the daylight hours. I don't like driving during twilight, so for safety concerns, I just don't like it. So with that being said, I like to start my weekends around 7 a.m. and then drive 12 straight hours, obviously about an hour break. So that will put me about 8 to 9 p.m. at night. So I've had great success driving during those hours, and I definitely recommend it if you're, looking at a safety concern and you just don't want to be out late at night. So the last thing I want to harp on is just maximize the 12 hours online Friday, Saturday, and Sunday while getting probably about 15 hours or 20 hours in through the week, and you will crush that ride challenge of 100 plus rides. I guarantee it. And lastly, as you can see right here for the weekly breakdown, I finished my entire week a little bit over 1,800. Now, I know I did harp on getting the streak bonuses and things like that. In the beginning, I did miss out on a lot, and potentially I could have finished around $2,000. However, I am a first-time father. I have a lot of time dedicated to being home right now, being a father of a daughter who is only 3.5 months, so it takes a lot of time and energy throughout the week. So I did miss a lot of streaks and I did miss a lot of potentials. I could have, I promise you, finished over $2,000. That was my goal to make this video. But over $1,800 for 47 hours and only 35 hours worth of driving passengers around is still a decent amount of money to make throughout the week. Now, the ride earnings were only about $1,100. So again, if you don't have the ride challenge, if you don't have the streak bonus, and you don't have the surges, then it's definitely not worth doing any of this. This brings you back to pre-pandemic earnings. You have to, work your ass off to only make, $1,100 a week. I definitely would not do that at all. So going down the list, as you see right here, I hit every ride challenge bonus. And trust me, I came very close to not hitting this. I had about 45 minutes left before I hit 110 rides, and then I always like to put that cherry on the top because you never know if a passenger is going to call in and be like, oh, they never picked me up, or just call and complain and try to get a free ride. Lyft will definitely want to take that money back from you, trust me. So I always put a cherry on top, always go 1 or 2 rides over, no matter what, and there is no reason why you can't just go 1 ride extra over because you put in all that work and dedication all week. And next is the streak bonuses. I made $96 of streak bonuses. Again, this is just money on top of making other money. So, these streak bonuses, I could have just been driving around during non-streak bonus hours and did the rides and not made this money. So why not look at the chart throughout the week and see like, let me drive during these hours and make more money. As you can see right here, the streak bonus is either $9, $15, $18, sometimes or $12. Yes, it doesn't seem like a lot of money, but it adds up at the end of the week, an extra $96, especially with gas prices averaging around $5 in the United States right now. The next, as you see right here, are tips. Obviously, be kind, be friendly, try to de-escalate every single situation. Try not to get in people's business. Try to be accommodating to people as much as possible, and you'll get some tips here and there. With Uber, I definitely make a lot more money with tips, sometimes 2 to 3 times the amount of money. We all know that Lyft passengers just don't tip as much as Uber passengers. Next you see on the list right here is a fuel surcharge. I mean, obviously we all know what that is right now with both Uber and Lyft offering assistance of 35, 45 cents a ride. In some markets it's 25 cents a ride. It still, I don't think is enough. So it is what it is. It is a fill up. So just take the money and run. The next thing on the list, as you see right here, are bonuses. This is actually a ride bonus or whatever Lyft wants to call it. I just call it surges. It's the same thing with Uber, where if you're in a designated zone, you'll get the bonuses. Obviously, if you drive during peak hours, you're going to get that additional money, and that is on top of the streak bonus, and that is also on top of the ride challenge bonus. So like you see in my other video that I explained, you're making money on the ride, you're making money on the ride challenge bonus, you're making money on the streak bonus, and then you're also making money on the surge. So you're making money while you're making money while you're making money while you're making money, and that doesn't even include tips. The next you see right here on the list is damage. I had customers earlier last week get in my car. I had to take them to several stops, one of them being a Wawa. They ate in my back seat. They didn't ask, and I just told myself if they were going to spill anything or get anything on my car, I was just going to report them and get some damages. One thing that you have to take in mind, that you have to report someone immediately. So what I did is I noticed that the situation may escalate into a damage claim. So I just went in, turned off new ride requests, and after the ride, dropped the person off, drove down the street, checked out my back seat, I had spilled coffee, spilled water, whatever was on the floor there, as you can see right here. And they got coffee all over my seats, this sticky stuff. I have no clue what it was, but it took a few swipes with my leather cleaner to get it off. So I got $20 for that. Next you see here is tolls. To be honest with you, I think I paid a lot more in tolls than $3. And the other thing right here, as you see, for adjustments, preferred bonuses, I guess it's just like a long distance pickup for $1.81. And then my grand total is $1844.80 for 47 hours work. So that brings out a grand total to roughly about $39 per hour, which is awesome. So that was my Lyft week. And this is how you can make almost $2,000 per week driving with Lyft. Again, it's not every week, but when you see the Ride Challenge, log into your app immediately, see what streak bonuses are going to be available throughout the entire week. And if you drive in a top 10 rideshare market, it's definitely worth driving. Try it out, comment below, and let me know how you did.
Thank you for watching. Please check out my channel and subscribe. And if you have done so already, I shall see you in the next episode.